For the first time, I think, in my life, education and commerce are running in the same direction, which is to find out how to do learning better, because everybody needs it. The reason we need to do learning better is because things are changing so fast. We've got to be able to learn to cope with the extraordinary surprises that the world throws at us. So of course it really helps if schools and companies are using the same toolkit, because we can work together and learn together, and you'll see across a whole range of tools that that's what's happening in a nice way. Funnily enough, I've just been doing an interview for BBC Radio about a school that doesn't use any technology at all, and they were asking me what I thought the children had lost. And I mean, the list is so long, it's heartbreaking really. They've lost the ability to use tools, not to be consumers, not to receive information, but to make and create. And we give kids pens and pencils early in their lives because we want them to be poets and authors. We give them tools because we want them to make things. We give them plasticine because we want them to be sculptors. I mean, of course, we give our children the best possible tools, not because they're going to receive stuff with those tools, but because they're going to make stuff with those tools. And we've known, for a few thousand years, probably the pharaohs knew it, that we need to be able to construct something before we can deconstruct it. And it's only when we can deconstruct it, we can critique it, and then know how to do it better. So, of course, it's about tool making, and it's about building things, and that's why we're giving children toolkits to build things with. It seems so obvious to me, but there are people out there still trying to take the tools away, but not for long, I think. I mean, schools are full of learning professionals. Go to the school down the road, there's 90 teachers in there. They're graduates, postgraduates, they've got a huge level of qualification. They spend every day thinking about how can we do this better? And right now the science of that is getting better. We're sticking kids' heads in scanners, seeing what lights up when they do their multiplication tables, and we're sampling the temperature and the heat and the light and everything else about learning. We're really good at making learning better. And every month, every time I go to a teach meet, I hear teachers swapping and exchanging really good ideas about how to make their learning better. And this all seems to be happening from the bottom up. Smart teachers in classrooms with the help of intelligent and engaged children are building better learning. I'm not necessarily happening from the top down. I don't necessarily see enlightened ministers appearing suddenly, the same old ministers we've always had, keen and sort of half knowing what ought to be done. But the problem is, if we keep changing what we ask the teachers to do as they're changing how they teach, there's so many variables. It just needs a little bit of calming down. We don't want to calm down the tremendous change in pedagogy, because teachers at the moment are building a sort of a pedagogic revolution. It's like a kind of learning Egypt, it's like, my goodness, it's going so fast. But they need a bit of space to focus that professional intelligence into. They just need the rug to stop moving under their feet for a week or two, and then they'll really show us just how good our kids can be. It's it's a complicated world. There are so many things out there. Somebody was asking me the other day for my top 10 apps for education, No, really, it's not like that. It's not the top 10 things, it's what you do with them. And the top 10 things, what you do with them might be an easy list for most teachers to do. But it's really handy if things are integrated. That's so important. If the place where you do your writing is the place where you have the audience for people who like your writing, which is the place where you can, Skype to people and chat, see them on the screen and have a conversation with them. And that's also the place where you're going to find your assignments and and carry your portfolio that's going to get you into university or into employment or even married these days. That integration of all your stuff is hugely important. And a good platform, of course, is a key tool in integrating all that. I think we've known that for a long time. Of course, we need some pretty damn good tools to make sense of it all. 365 sounds to me just to be the right term for learning, and probably the right term for these tools too. When people use stuff that works, they fail to notice how well it works. When it works really badly, you say, oh, for goodness sake, why was this? What's going on? I've worked on learning platforms from before the internet. I remember when we put Prestel together with it, electronic mail, as it was then called, one of the most hugely expensive gateway to join them up, and a Starry SW service, for all of Essex and Hertfordshire. Gosh, it was so hard. And I think every year, every iteration has been difficult. But as it's got harder for us to do it well, it's got a jolly sight easier for people to use it. And that task of building great learning platforms has got harder and harder. Using it to do extraordinary things has got easier and easier. And what I really like about where we are at the moment is people don't even talk about the amazing development path, the huge number of people that have worked so many hours for so long into the night. They just say, hey, this is cool, and they get on with using it. And you know what? I kind of like it that way round. Feels good.